Hey everybody, it's me, Callie Meister, and I'm going to do a zodiac astrological breakdown of the lovability of earth signs. Why am I doing this? Well, I'm doing this because I posted an article on my Facebook page about the order of the most lovable zodiac signs versus the most unlovable. And while I agree with some of it, I feel like it wasn't fair because you can't really judge best to worst in regards to astrology because each sign is going to see it differently. And so this person who wrote it was very much influenced by their astrological sign. So I thought I'm going to look at this from evolution in regards to sign. I already did a video on cardinal, fixed, and mutable signs, which kind of detail in this. So go back on my page and take a look at that if that's something you need explained to you before you watch this video. But let's go ahead and go on with this one. And I want to start with the cardinal signs. Now, cardinal sign for Earth is Capricorn, and let me tell you, Capricorns, they get stuff done. They're very hard workers. They're social climbers. They like to get to the top. They like to not so much be the best, but be the most efficient. They work really, really hard. The cool thing about Capricorn, if they are very evolved, as they're going up the hill, they kind of see behind them the people who are also working. And so they'll reach their hand down and they will pull people up who they see struggling, but they know have the potential for good work. They're helpers. They really want to see everybody who works very hard excel just as much as they're excelling. It really bothers them to see somebody, tread against the stream. They want to help. So they're very philanthropic. They donate a lot of their time and money to things. They tend to be very charitable. They like to own things. They like to possess things. Now, here's the negative element of Capricorn. When they're uninvolved, they consider you a possession if they love you. And in fact, all of the earth signs kind of have this sort of tendency of looking at the people they love as possessions if they're in a bad, low resonating place. So that's something they have to work through. Now, another element and issue with Capricorn is that they're very quick to jump to conclusions, and they're very difficult to forgive people. So if they've jumped to a conclusion and they're uninvolved, and they're not going to forgive you very quickly, and they are not going to admit error. It takes one being very involved to admit error. The thing about Capricorn too is that they always have a plan B, C, and D. So, which is great to get things done, but also kind of shows they don't trust very easy and they don't expect things to go through unless they have their fingers completely in it in some way. Now, what that can be somebody who's a great provider, somebody who wants to take care of you, somebody who wants to make sure that you are safe, secure, well taken care of, and loved. They're fantastic hosts and hostesses. They are, it's interesting, the earth signs where Virgo likes to excel at career and Taurus likes to excel in things of the home. Capricorn is the union of that. They want the equality of beautiful home, beautiful job. They want to have all of that in security. What can they be? They can be very loving. They are just the sweetest people. They think of a billy goat though. It's kind of, they're biters. It's interesting. Like they like to, they kind of sexually, they're biters. This is something I'm gonna put out there. They're kind of bitey. They're practical. They can be very sweet. They can be very funny. They can be very, very funny. They can be very, very quirky. So they can be a lot of fun. They can take very, very good care of you. I will tell you, when they are angry, they are vicious verbally. They can tear you apart verbally if they're not involved. And if you have made them angry enough, now you have to make them very, very, very angry, or you have had to completely go onto their impatience. They are one of the more impatient zodiac signs. So when they're uninvolved, they're incredibly impatient. And when they're impatient, they can be vicious. They'll try to hold their tongue if they're involved. But if you are in their little inner world and you hear them at their worst, they're nasty. They're nasty. They can be really, 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 really mean and sarcastic. Oh my God, they're very sarcastic. There's a dark Wednesday Addams in every single Capricorn somewhere. They're very skeptical, but again, if they love you, they will build you a world. And in fact, that's the cool thing about earth signs. When they love you, they will build you a world. They are some of the most strong individuals you can come across. So second, I'm going to talk about fixed, and I will try not to go on too much. Taurus. Taurus is the fixed earth sign. And boy, I can go on the good and negative with us. We are very nurturing and we are convinced our love will change you. We love so powerfully. You can feel our love. It just radiates out of every pore. And once we love you, everything will be okay because we're going to nurture you. We're going to cook you meals. We're going to clean your clothes. We're going to darn your socks. We're going to completely take care of you. Now, that can be a little, oh, I don't know, overbearing. So for people like Gemini who don't like a death grip of love, that can be a little bit much. But if you like somebody who is there and wants to show you their love all of the time, what Taurus is great. We can be very stubborn. We can be very unwielding. Once we get our little feet in the mud, we don't want to move when we're low in resonance. When we're higher in resonance, we are the most patient and strong sign in the zodiac. If you need somebody who has emotional strength and will stand behind you and solid and just be solid, just a solid, strong person, that is Taurus. If you want somebody who will not give up on you, that is Taurus. Now, in the negative way, if you want to dump a Taurus, you have to kill them. If they're still in love with you, you just have to kill them. That's pretty much all you can do to get rid of a Taurus. They don't change very easily. They don't like change. They're not a big fan of change. They like things that are soft and squishy, and they love comfort. They love food. Now, that being said, as they get older, they can kind of, how you can tell they're not evolved, they let down in their hygiene and they gain weight and they just kind of become very sedentary and lazy. So they really kind of require a sign that will put a fire under them. What I like to have fire signs in my life as a Taurus because I like to have somebody who puts a flame under my butt because I don't want to be too sedentary. I don't want to be trapped in those sort of Taurian cliches. And so that's where, again, that would work out very well and complement. So if you're a fire sign who wants somebody to love you, Taurus is your sign. So we're going to move on to Virgo. Now, in this article that I mentioned, I think I mentioned it. I posted this article and it talked about best to worst. Well, the worst sign to love or the most unlovable sign was listed as Virgo. And I have to say I agree with it. Sorry. That being said, that it doesn't make you a bad person, Virgo. It just means you're guarded as hell. You don't let people in. You have walls, upon boundaries, upon everything, and you are not going to let anybody in without an inordinate amount of obstacles and tests that they have to go to. And it takes a person with patience to wait out a Virgo. There's a reason Virgos are the bachelors of the zodiac. You don't really need to be with anybody. And that's another thing. A lot of people have this, other signs have this desire to be loved. It's like Cancers and Tauruses have this, they want to be loved. They want to be loved. They want to be loved. Virgo's like, if I'm not loved, no big deal. I'm fine. I've got other stuff to do. So if you have this person that doesn't have the desire innately to be loved, then that makes them maybe a little less appealing for the signs that are looking for love, that are out like looking for this idea of the romantic partner or the soulmate or twin flame or whatever. And so they're looking at Virgo going, you pretty much don't need me. I'll be over here. That being said, the reason Virgo is the way it is that they are more sensitive than they will let on. And so that's why they're creating all these boundaries and all these walls and all of this stuff around them that is difficult to get through. Now, here's what I have learned. I have learned the secret of Virgo. I have learned why they are the way they are. Now, here's the thing. Virgo is hyper organized. They don't like chaos. They tend to have real issue with anxiety. They tend to have intestinal, digestive issues that are manifestations of their anxiety. And in fact, you can kind of gauge a Virgo by whether they are eating, if they have stomach aches, if they have constipation, things like that. You know that they're dealing with a lot of issues and anxiety and a lot of fears. They have a lot of fears. Now, this is what I figured out about Virgo. They are very sensitive. They always root for the underdog. They desire to help the downtrodden and those who do not have and who they feel are mistreated and misunderstood. That shows their sensitivity. They have a deep connection with homeless people, disabled, abandoned animals, hurt animals. They have huge hearts. They're very sweet. They just don't like to show that, because then you see their vulnerability, and they don't like showing their vulnerability. They prefer to be strong like the rest of the zodiac signs in the earth category. Now, I'm really going to get to this secret of Virgo. When they're good, they are so good at taking care of you. They want to provide a happy home. They want to have all these nice things. And it's not because they want to show off. That's the last thing they want to do. They want everyone they love to be safe. The reason they have this controlling reputation is because, in micromanaging, it's not because they want to do it. It's because they realize nobody else is going to do it. And I don't want anyone else to get hurt. So I will step up to the bat and I will micromanage this. So that's why they do what they do. Now, and this is also why they do what they do. It's so hard for them to express vulnerability and love. So if they take care of you, that's them showing you love. If they buy you a car, that's them showing you love. If they buy you a meal, that's them showing you love. Will they be the most hand-holding, romantic, affectionate sign in the zodiac? For the most part, no. Especially the unevolved ones, they will not. Romance is not their strong suit, but they will build you a world like the rest of the earth signs, and they will hope that you are okay in that world while they're out doing their thing. So if you are a highly independent sign, I do well with a Virgo. Maybe Geminis, Scorpios might do well with Virgo, because Scorpio and Gemini like to have that level of independence. Aquarius likes to have that level of independence. Having something solid to come home to, and that's what Virgo wants to be. They want to be that solid thing you come home to. That being said, they may not be there when you get home, but they want you to know that when you come to this place, that you are taken care of, and that the things they're doing with the idea of a love for you. And that's kind of the secret to Virgo, so that they don't feel like I'm beating up on them. But that being said, they are a little bit difficult to love. So, but lovability is not everything. So I hope that helped you guys. And please look at my YouTube channel, subscribe to my YouTube channel, like my videos, share my videos. I'm trying to grow my channel, my business. Please check out my Facebook business page. And I'm going to be doing 2 more videos. I'm going to work with the air signs and then the water signs. And I think I'm going to be doing the air signs next. So look out for that today or tonight. And you guys have a great, great evening. Bye.